One wrong answer at immigration can get you stopped. At the immigration desk, a single answer, however small, can decide whether you're welcomed or stopped. It's not just a matter of language, it's a matter of how you're perceived, judged, and treated within a system of power and control. Simple questions like, what is the purpose of your visit? Or how long will you stay? May seem routine, but they carry complex implications of trust, bias, and the asymmetry between individual and institution. An answer isn't just information, it is a political, social, and linguistic act. In a world of global mobility, every word you speak can become evidence or a barrier. So speak with awareness, stay silent with wisdom. The immigration zone is a silent dialogue chamber, where every question may be the same, but every answer can alter the outcome. Questions like, how long are you staying? Do you know anyone here? Or have you been here before? Aren't merely data checks, they are credibility tests. Your speed of response, your level of precision, your eye contact, your trembling hands all can become signals. In this space, the traveler is not just a guest, but a subject under scrutiny. Language becomes the tool to cross or get caught by an invisible wall between freedom and suspicion. Particularly for individuals from flagged countries or non-native speakers, the risk of misinterpretation doubles. They are required not only to say the right thing, to say it in the right tone, with the right gaze, in a game whose rules are never fully explained. Here, honesty isn't always the key, but rather the capacity to express truth in ways that align with institutional expectations. Immigration communication thus becomes a performance of legitimacy under structural surveillance. There's a troubling paradox. The more honest someone is, the more they might be perceived as suspicious. This often occurs at immigration when a traveler says, "I'm not sure," or "I guess," phrases that seem harmless, yet are interpreted as signs of unpreparedness or deception. In a system where logic and consistency are treated as indicators of trustworthiness, human traits, hesitation, forgetfulness, emotion become liabilities. This raises a deeper question. Why do we expect a tired, anxious human to speak with machine-like accuracy? The challenge intensifies for non-native speakers. A minor grammatical slip, unclear pronunciation, or misplaced word can be overinterpreted. Thus, the problem lies not in the wrong answer, but in evaluative frameworks that ignore human variability. This not only feels unjust, it reinforces linguistic and cultural biases. Immigration then ceases to be about security and becomes a test of one's right to be human. When someone is stopped due to a wrong answer, what is judged is not just content, but their ability to follow the correct script. In immigration coaching programs across countries, travelers are trained to respond like actors. Concise, no more, no less, scripted, paced, and eye-lined. This transforms border communication into a form of forced ritual where performance matters more than truth. As a result, a troubling phenomenon emerges: linguistic fear. People begin to learn how to talk, not to get stopped, rather than speak honestly to be understood. In such environments, trust is no longer built on transparency, but on performative conformity. This risks creating a society where trust is placed not in humans, but in how closely they mimic expected speech. This is not simply a language issue. It's a manifestation of bureaucratic power in an era of control. Immigration communication cannot be detached from the inequality many travelers face. Differences in language, race, appearance, and nationality mean that some people are seen as suspects, regardless of their words. This is not a personal issue, but a systemic bias. It explains why two identical answers yield different outcomes. A white tourist saying, "I'm here for tourism," may be smiled at, while someone from a politically tense country saying the same may be questioned, searched, or delayed. Hence, an answer does not exist in isolation. It exists within a coordinate system of bias that the speaker cannot control. This transforms border communication into a deeply social experience, where every answer becomes a negotiation with cultural perception. It is time to include immigration communication in global citizenship education. This does not mean training citizens to speak formulaic, but educating them too. Understand power asymmetries in communication, to prepare, and to protect themselves by expressing clearly and truthfully within appropriate boundaries. Simultaneously, those in authority must also be retrained to recognize that truth is not always in the smoothness of speech, but in the context, emotion, and even the trembling of the speaker. A civilized society should not treat template speech as the sole criterion for trust. A progressive society is one where even a stranger with a different accent is listened to as a human. One wrong answer may stop you, but it is an unempathetic system that truly detains people in prejudice. In a world where every border is a cultural intersection, learn to speak as a global citizen. Context-aware and self-protective, like if you've witnessed the power or danger of a single answer. Share to raise awareness for fair communication. And follow to help build a world where language is no longer a barrier, but a bridge of humanity.